This is a Sandy Boy Productions podcast.
Welcome to Finish Lines and Milestones, a podcast for everyday runners. I'm your host, Allie Brettnacher, and if you run, you are a runner, and every runner has a story. Join me every Friday as I share these stories and we cross finish lines and celebrate milestones together. This week's episode is brought to you by Athlete Bouquets, my very own small business, where I make gifts for runners. Think edible arrangements, but with all the goodies you would want pre and post race. If you visit athletebouquets.com, you can use code PODCAST for 10% off your order. And there's more than just bouquets. You can buy mugs, bracelets, temporary tattoos, stickers, ornaments, all kinds of fun stuff. So as we head into the fall where it is peak race season, make sure you are celebrating the runner in your life or celebrating yourself. Now, for this week's episode, I'm super excited to introduce you to Nicole Linn, who you would also know as Below Average Running on the internet. I first started following Nicole a long time ago, it feels like, and had the opportunity to meet her in person in Vegas this last February. She did a shakeout run with Bar Run Club, Below Average Running Run Club, and I decided that I needed to go and meet her in person and see what it's all about and what an incredible community that she is building. It was so welcoming, all different paces, everybody welcome, truly everybody welcome. I feel like a lot of run clubs might say that, and that's all they do is say that. They don't necessarily follow through with that. So what Nicole's creating is awesome. And so you need to go follow her if you don't already. And September 1st, Nicole celebrated 5 years of Bar. And she tells a story of kind of how it got started really as a joke and how it's morphed into a really great side gig and community for her. She actually has a day job as an architect of all things. So we chat a little bit about that. A couple of things to update you on since we did record this episode back in July. She is getting ready to launch some merch for Below Average Running. She's had it in the past and is bringing it back, hoping to have everything this month. So stay tuned for that because it's not out yet, but it will be soon. And then we also chat about how to become a Below Average Running ambassador and keep your eyes peeled for that as well. She doesn't have a set date on when the applications will open for that. Anyway, stay tuned. And if you really want to be a part of this community, first start by following Nicole and then also following Bar Run Club as well. Okay, so Nicole and I met in February, but first we actually bonded over the movie Wicked. I was asking if it was appropriate for kids to see, and Nicole was so sweet and sent me voice messages on her opinion after seeing the movie, and it put me over the edge to take Sid, who is now 8 and saw the movie, I think, in theaters 3 times. And at the time this podcast comes out, we have 77 days until part 2, which it comes out on November 21st. So mark your calendars because mine is clearly already marked. So we bonded over Wicked and then just kind of kept in touch. And so then once I found out that she was going to be in Vegas as well, I got a chance to meet her. So during this episode, we also talked about something I wanted to make sure I did justice in the intro because I totally messed it up during the episode. And I don't want to get in trouble from Indianapolis runners. So we talked about Grand Slam Track Club, how Nicole got to go to an event in Miami, which is where she lives. And I said, I don't know that we have any track events in Indianapolis. And here I am. I sit on the board for Beyond Monumental, where we literally last year and this year have hosted USATF championships. And I just wasn't thinking. So please forgive me. I'm so sorry. And it's a good thing our executive director does not listen to this because he would be like, what the heck, Allie? So in 2024, we hosted the USATF Masters Half Marathon Championships at the Indy Half, which is about a month away as this episode comes out. It's on October 4th. And then we also hosted this year in 2025, the Masters 1 Mile Championships at the Monumental Mile. It was incredible to see these people, like we're talking 80-year-olds, like running. It was incredible. And then in 2025, this year also had the 5K that was at the Indy Mini in May. So we clearly have hosted a lot, and USA Track and Field is headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I'm an idiot. Now I've corrected that. I should just cut it all out. But you know what? I'm human. We make mistakes. So I really enjoyed this conversation with Nicole. We again learn all about the community that she built, but we talk about coming back from injury. We talk about her very first half marathon in Florida, other other races that she's done, what it's like to be an influencer and kind of being thrown into that side of things, what she's learned. And we talk more about the race that we met at in Vegas, brands she works with, and also how she met her fiance and her upcoming wedding, which will be in February of next year during the Vegas half marathon. Not actually but that weekend. You get what I'm saying. So I won't see Nicole again in Vegas, but trying to convince her to come to Indianapolis. So everyone else who's listening, who's from Indy, you should tell her to come to Monumental too. So I really hope that you enjoy this episode with the amazing Nicole Linn. Hello, Nicole. Welcome to Finish Lines and Milestones. I'm so happy that you are here.
I'm pumped to be here. It's been a long time coming. I think we scheduled this back in April.
I don't even know. Yeah, I was like, I'm scheduled out till like July. I don't know how I happened to do that to myself, but
I know I wrote you in my planner and I was like, okay, we'll see how it comes, in 3 months.
Yeah. And it's a miracle. Like usually you book out really far in advance things, you have to move things around and like reschedule 3 times. And so we didn't have to do that at all, which is amazing.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And technology couldn't stop us. It tried.
It could delay us though.
Yeah, it could. It could do that. So happy Monday. As we record this, it's a Monday. I appreciate your time.
Yes.
At the beginning of a week. How was your run this morning? You said you ran this morning.
You know what? It wasn't horrible.
And I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the humidity was a little less. I think it was like 80% still. And it only felt like 85. So I said, you know what? That's a win.
It's a breeze. Yeah. Well, my air conditioning stopped working last night. So that's great. So I'm like still in my workout clothes because I'm like, well, I'm going to just sit and sweat all day. So who knows? Anyway, it's great. But I'm not in Florida, so I can't complain that much.
You can complain. Complain.
I do complain. I am in central Indiana, and we've had really, really warm weather for us this summer. And then, I just think about being down where you are and running. And is that why you're trying to become a morning runner again to beat the heat? No.
It's mostly because after work, I get home and I'm like, if I sit down, it's game over. And I feel like there's not enough hours in the day, no matter what you do. So it's like, and then at night, like I like to cook dinner and then like pack my lunch for work and do all those things. Well, if you're trying to run and then, like stretch, not that I stretch often, you run out of time. And then you're like showering. It's like 8:30 and you're like, I haven't eaten yet and I got to wake up. And then it's just, So.
Are you training for a marathon right now?
Nope.
Because you're coming back from injury. So you're just trying to.
I'm just trying to get some endurance back so I don't feel like I'm dying. So.
Yeah, that's fair. And which injury is this? I feel like I didn't realize you had multiple injuries in your running career. Is that right?
Yeah, which is horrible because like I was never injured like my whole life, no issues. And then it was last year, my left knee like started causing a lot of problems. It swelled up. It was so fat, like you couldn't see my kneecap. And I went to the doctor and I had sprained my MCL, but I sprained it because like they did a more in-depth look or whatever. I don't have any cartilage left in like my left knee. So it cracks real bad. And like he said, my kneecaps are crooked, which is apparently common in tall women. And the way it's like pushing on, I guess, the cartilage, it was a thinner piece anyways. And he's like, yeah, you're going to need a knee replacement at some point. And I said, when do you do that? He's like, well, you're too young. I was like, well, don't tell me that then, because now I just want a knee replacement.
Now I just want to fix it so I don't have to worry about it.
I respect the heck out of this doctor though. Like that's not it. He's like, we want to strengthen everything around it so we can push off a knee replacement. The technology's not there to have them long-term, whatever. Like I agree with him. It just sucks a little bit. Yeah. And then I broke my foot in March running. Yeah. I just like rolled my ankle and broke it. But that was 2-month recovery, super easy. I totally forgot I broke my foot. Like it wasn't a stress fracture, wasn't overuse. I rolled my ankle and broke my foot.
So which part of your foot did you break? What bone?
I think it was my 5th metatarsal. So like if you look at your foot, it was like this guy here, which apparently is very common to do if you roll your ankle bad enough.
Interesting. I did not know that.
It's okay.
I'm sure other people listening have had the same thing happen though. But I had a stress fracture in one of my metatarsals. I don't remember which one, but that was in college. And that's, knock on, I don't have any wood close by, but that's like really the only injury I've had to speak of related to running was a stress fracture. And that was when I was just overtraining. So I'm just trying not to fall over. Yeah.
Yeah. Just watching with the ground, you can trip.
Yeah. So we got to meet in person, which was so exciting for me because I've been following you on Instagram for a while And I just love everything that you're doing. I'm mildly obsessed with everything you're doing. And when I saw you were going to be in Vegas, I was so excited. I'm like, I have to meet Nicole. And I feel like it's always, I don't know, at least for me, I feel like I'm a very awkward person.
No, you were so normal.
Well, I always feel awkward because I'm just like, oh my gosh, here we are in real life. Hi, I'm here. And it's just kind of funny. But you're like the exact same person I would expect to meet in real life. And then I just felt like, okay, well, now we're friends. I met you.
We were friends when we bonded over Wicked via voice memos.
That was the nicest thing maybe anyone's ever done for me, Nicole. That was so sweet.
I will persuade anybody to watch Wicked, even a child.
Yeah, this is a PSA for anybody who has, for some reason, put off seeing it. It's an incredible movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just worried that my almost 8-year-old was going to be scared. Not at all. Now my 4-year-old's seen it too. Not scared. So yeah, it was excellent.
I love it.
Do you listen to Wicked music on your running playlist?
Not on my runs. I don't like to listen to it. It's like strictly a car song, screaming it loud.
Okay.
Shower song. I used to, like, I will listen to it. If certain runs, I'll get like anxiety for it. Like I get nervous if it's a really hard workout. I'll listen to Wicked, but like Broadway, not the new one, to calm my nerves. I do love the new one as well, but like if I need the calm sensation, it is Kristen and Adina.
Yep. Yeah. So I understand. Well, now I have to figure out how to take my kid to go see it, like the actual live play at some point somewhere. She needs to go now. So, and it's almost time for Thanksgiving's when the next one comes out, right?
Yeah,
Part 2.
21st of November. It's the week before. Yeah.
Excellent. We'll have to reconnect after that and bond over the second half. I can't wait. Yeah. So thank you for doing that. I appreciated it so much. And so, yeah, we were friends. And then you ended up in Vegas with your crew and with Below Average Running Vegas and your dad and your grandma, And so that was a blast. I just love everything you're doing. So thank I guess you. I tend to start somewhat chronologically because I feel like it's helpful for people to understand how the heck you got into running, like what makes you enjoy running. And then I can't wait to hear more about the story of Bar Run Club and like all that you've kind of done with this movement of celebrating and embracing the pace. So take us back.
Oh boy.
To the beginning. Who are you, Nicole?
So it was an early morning, October 11th, 1996. Just kidding. My mom, apparently I was in a rush to be born because my mom like didn't even get like Advil or like no epidural. I just was like,
oh no.
She's like, this is the only time you were early in your whole life. Anyway, sorry, Mom. But no, so I wish I really am jealous of people who remember running their first mile because I don't. Like, it's not that I ran like as a kid, but there was like the holiday mile when like the children's race that you did. I always did those. And I wouldn't say like my parents aren't runners, but we were always active. So I've always done like the 5Ks. I've always done them. Let me clarify. I've never been fast at them. I have been in the back, so that hasn't changed. But then I definitely got more serious with it. Like I started running cross country in high school. My older brother ran first. And so then I started doing it. So I think, how old are you when you go into high school? 14, 13, 14? I don't know. So that's when like long distance, I started to be introduced to it. I ran through high school. I absolutely hated it, as I think most individuals do. But my teammates were the best. My coaches were the best. Like the people you meet through running, like, you know, Allie, are the kindest individuals. So that's when I started. And then in college, I said, I'm done doing this. I hate it. And then it didn't last long, clearly. Yeah. I studied architecture, and it's a very demanding major. Like we did not see the outside very often. Like we were always working, and it obviously is not like a healthy lifestyle of like staying up late, drinking so much caffeine, no water, whatever. So I was like, if I sign up for a half marathon, like it'll force me to have some healthy aspects of my life. So I did that.
And wait, before we move further, I need to go back to architecture.
Oh God.
What got you into that field? I feel like that's really interesting.
I wanted to be an engineer like my dad. And then I took calculus and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. Like this sucks. So after Calc 1 high school, I was like, I'm done. I had always been very creative. Like I always loved art and like, but it's not like drawing. I'm a horrible drawer or sketcher or whatever, but it's like the problem solving and like building things I always really loved. So my dad's like, I mean, have you considered architecture? And I said, No. When you're like 17, 18, you don't consider anything. You just want to go to college. And so when I applied to schools, the only school I applied to that had architecture was Kent State University, which is where my parents went and where my grandma went. You met Grandma Carol, so grandma.
Mm-hmm. I should know where that is. Where's Kent State?
The middle of nowhere, Ohio.
Okay, that's why I should know. I knew it was somewhere around here.
I guess the biggest city would be Cleveland.
Okay. It's
closer to Akron, like LeBron James, but we don't like Akron. So, it's in Northeast Ohio.
Okay.
A very cold place to live. So I was like, okay, well, if I go to Kent, then it's a sign that I'll study architecture. And I also wanted to study business. And my dad, he's the best because the way he said, I was nervous to obviously go away. I was born and raised in South Florida and all my friends were going to Florida State, UF, whatever. And I was like, do I do this? Like Kent offered me a lot of money. So I was like, okay, screw it. And my dad said something that stuck with me and still stuck with me before I left. And he said, if you don't like it, you can leave. You're never stuck anywhere. Like, he's like, yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass to do like the paperwork, to transfer, all these things. But in any situation in your life, you can leave. You can remove yourself from it. He's like, go take the chance. And if you hate it, we'll figure it out. Lo and behold, I did hate it for the first 2 months. Like cried every day. Like I didn't have friends. Everyone knew each other already. And like, I think I'm a social person and I couldn't make friends. And then it got better and then I loved it. Well, I don't like Ohio weather, but the individuals I met at Kent are some of the best. And the schooling was fantastic. Like no regrets. Like I love Kent State so much, but the weather was horrible.
It's rough in the winter up here.
It's so bad.
Yeah. I went to undergrad in Ohio too, actually. I went to Miami of Ohio, which is close to Cincinnati and Dayton on the west side. But yeah, I remember, winters in college. Yeah. There were only classes like canceled maybe once my whole college career. Otherwise they're like, bundle up.
Yeah, they're like, have fun walking across campus in this blizzard. And you're like,
yeah. Yeah. And there was no remote classes then. Now they'd be like, we're just going to do e-learning today. Kids are not going to be strong. It's like, no. Yeah, that builds character. I tell you.
I do worry about that.
And so are you still working in the field of architecture today?
Yes.
Because you got your master's as well after. Yes. Okay.
So I did return home to Florida because I said, I can't do this anymore. I hate it here. So I did my master's at FIU, Florida International, down in Miami. Love FIU. It is a great university and it's significantly cheaper than the University of Miami. So that's why I picked FIU. But both are great schools. And I did go remote during my master's. I was there for one semester and then COVID hit.
So
everything went virtual and very interesting doing all your studio projects, all your research for these sites via just the computer. So it was nice that we didn't have to build anything. Like I didn't have to use the laser cutters or 3D printers because we couldn't access them. But like, they're like, oh, you have to make a video of your entire building in and out and like gave you a new skill set. But like that also sucked. So
yeah, but it's so interesting. My husband got his master's too during COVID. It's like, might as well. Like,
I know. It's good for the certain reasons. And then it was bad. You didn't have the interaction with any of your classmates, which obviously sucks. And you couldn't connect to your professors as well either. But it was, whatever. It's over.
Yeah. Huge accomplishment. So, okay. So back to when you signed up for your first half marathon. That was when you were in, now I forget, high school or college?
Yes. I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
As I made a deal with my one cross country teammate. We're like, we got to do this before we graduate. And we were like the slowest on the team. And we did it. And it sucked. Because we did not know how to train for it. Like I had no idea what I was doing. And it was brutal.
Yeah. What was your first half marathon?
It was the Palm Beach half marathon.
Okay.
So.
It sounds beautiful, but also sounds hard. What time of year is that?
Middle of December, but it's still very warm down here. And I remember like hitting like mile 12 and I just felt like my shoulders were frying off my body. Like it was so hot. It was so hot.
Yeah. I don't do well in heat. So this heat is good because I need to train in it to get used to it, but I still hate it. I'll still complain. So
complaining gets the job done. It's fine.
So who is the friend that did you guys run the whole time together for that first half? No, you just signed up and both did it. Did she do it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember I don't really remember that race at all, which is sad now that I think about it. But like we started together and we probably were together a few miles because we were the same pace, like on cross country, but She beat me. I don't know what her time was, but we did separate, I think, pretty early on because I remember being alone. And then we found each other after the race, and there's this photo of us just like hugging, and I'm 6 foot and she's really tiny. So it's just like me like half on her body. Like we're drenched, like distraught, and like it's gross. But
And then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Were you hooked from that moment?
No, I said I'd never do it again. Like it was truly,
course.
But I didn't train. I didn't know anything. So it was bad.
Yeah. And so how long then did it take you to sign up for another distance race?
Like half marathon distance?
Yeah.
4 years. Because I did it junior year of college.
Okay. And so then did you have the same kind of thing? Like I need to do this before I graduate again? Or
no, I did it to try to be healthy.
There you go.
And I still hated it. I trained better this time, and I had a huge PR, but I was like, I still am not having fun yet. Like this is not, and this is like literally, this is so bad of me. I didn't fuel, like I didn't know you had to eat and do these things. Like I didn't know, and I feel like there's so much more knowledge. Maybe it's like with TikTok and social media.
Right.
Now,
oh my gosh.
know they have to fuel, but like I feel like when you were in high school running, no one told you this. Like we didn't have water on our runs. We just didn't have water.
That's crazy.
And I think back, I was like, we were running at 3 p.m. in August. Like we didn't have water. Okay.
All right.
Anyways, I just think there was a lot of knowledge that wasn't like told to us, which is fine. It is, but
yeah, it is so interesting to think about that. Now I feel like it's almost to the point of being overwhelming with all the information that's out there, because now you feel like, okay, I need to do all of these things, these warm-ups, these stretches, this fueling. I need to do pre-workout and post-workout recovery. And you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Try to do all the things.
Yeah.
So what was the half marathon that you ran when you were a junior in college? Was it the same one?
No, this was the Towpath half marathon somewhere near Kent, Ohio. I don't remember. I ran this one with my dad because we had run a few together. And by that, I mean, he ran in front of me. He will never let me live that down. So we ran that one. And yeah, that one wasn't great either. But it was better weather. It was kind of chilly. I remember that because it was like October in Ohio. So
okay. Now, when you say towpath, it makes me think of like a gravel like trail.
No,
it wasn't. It was just a road race.
But it's not a road. Well, part of it was, I think. The reason I didn't like this race, it was definitely a low budget race. The towpath might have changed since 2017 or whatever, 18, whatever year it was. So I'm not like shitting on the towpath. And it was a fast course for me. But at one point, I remember it was essentially like an out and back race to an extent. And you were on, I kid you not, a sidewalk. Like it was paved, but it was like kind of traily. That was maybe 3 or 4 feet wide. The issue with this was the fast runners were then coming back this way when you're going this way. And it was so tight. And I don't remember how long that was, but I remember being like very overwhelmed of there's too much coming and going, like, and you're trying to run.
Yeah.
I don't know if they fixed that.
Yeah, I wonder. We have a race. Well, there's a women's race in particular that's in August now here. And we have the Monon Trail, which is an old railroad that they paved. It's pretty wide. I think it's enough. But yeah, you do like you pass people coming back, which is, it's thankfully not so narrow that you're, like what you've described. But still, it's kind of like.
And then I feel bad, like the people who are like really fast, like maybe they're trying to get a BQ or win the race. I'm like, I am in your way. Like my race doesn't matter. Yours is way more important.
Yeah. Like, sorry, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I was like, sir, I'll stop. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll stop. It's great. Wow. Ohio. And with your dad. So have you and your dad done a lot of races together?
3 or 4 halves.
3 or 4.
He's done 3 halves because then he ran the next one with me, which was Pittsburgh. And that was senior year of college. And then we ran Space Coast 1 year together as well. And I know he misses it a lot. His doctor did advise him to stop doing this. He also has knee problems because, it's genetic.
Great.
I said, oh, thanks, Dad. And he also has a problem with his shoulder. He used to play baseball and his shoulder's all messed up. So I know every time I do a race, he misses it, especially like watching me do Vegas and get like very close to his PR. He wants to race for real. So, but we did the Dallas Marathon relay together recently, which was super fun. And he's done
that's cool.
5 days, but like, I think anything over that 5 or 6 mile mark is like really hard on his shoulder and his knees. Like,
yeah, it sucks.
Wow.
And so where's Space Coast? That sounds like a cool race.
Cocoa Beach, Florida by NASA, Cape Canaveral.
Yeah.
It is.
That's cool.
It is fun. It's a smaller race. It feels very like hometowny, family friendly. They have a half and a full. and they go all out for space theme. Like it's like,
Yeah.
I think it's sponsored by NASA. And there's 2 courses for the half. And one of them you can see the one facility buildings of NASA, like across the water. And they have like the medals are space themed.
Ooh.
Every like 4 years they set a new mission. So the first time I did it, I think it was like the Apollo mission, and now it's mission to Mars. So I'll finish mission to Mars this year, the 4th year, which like, it's like really cool. They go all out and everyone is so kind. You run past these like $1 million homes on the water, and they come out and cheer for you. They have like makeshift aid stations. It's also an out and back, but it's on a big road. So you get to cheer for everyone.
Yeah.
And if you want to go fast, it's set up for you to do it. But if you want to take it easy, I think the half marathon cutoff is like 4.5, 5 hours. Like,
Oh, wow. That's
people
nice.
who walk it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I love that you just want people to come do this.
Right. That's
It's
so cool.
it's a fun chill race. I really love it.
What time of year is that one?
The
Do you
Sunday
remember?
after Thanksgiving.
Sunday after Thanksgiving. Well, maybe if we do, my parents now have a place in Naples, Florida. And so
Okay.
I've never done a race in Florida. And so I'm like,
Oh,
I need to
fantastic.
cross that off the list. Yeah. Although I really want to come to Miami because that would be fun. But
Of course.
yeah.
There's down in the Keys. I believe it's Marathon to, I'm going to mess up my Keys, so don't come for me. But there's a 7-mile bridge. That's
Mhm.
7-mile bridge. And it was the best race I've ever done in my whole life. It was so beautiful. They shut down the bridge, obviously no cars, and it sells out every year in like 2 minutes. I don't know how many runners they allow, but it's very small. And when you're on this bridge running, the sunrise is coming up, and there's people on boats that are cheering for you, which is like so fun.
That is
And
cool.
it feels like you're not even on Earth. It's just so beautiful. It's so quiet. Any Florida race, that's the one I recommend. We got to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm into that.
That one is very fun.
I don't like how it sells out in 2 minutes. How am I going to get in?
You just got to do it right at 6 a.m. You'll
Yeah.
get it.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Sign me up.
We'll talk.
Sign me up for that. There's also, my husband and I were in Key West. When was that? Like spring break time. And there's one there in January, which I was also like, I'd be down for that as well. But the bridge sounds so cool.
There's like a big party afterwards.
I bet.
Key West is a great time.
Yes. Yes. So much fun. So fun. Okay. So you start doing races, half marathons. 2 questions. At what point were you like below average running? Like, this is my jam, kind of like I'm back of the pack, running my race.
Yeah.
And then also at what point were you like, I want to do a full marathon?
Oh, well, okay. So it was my 4th half marathon. It was Space Coast. The first year I did it. It was 2020. And it was the same thing. I was in grad school. So I was like, let me find a race to try to have some health. And that was the only race that wasn't canceled because it's small enough that we could kind of separate. And so I signed up for that, and I went to TikTok. I wanted to document my training because I was like, I want to see my workouts. Like, I want to see how I'm speaking about them, and just like, you can see like in your face how you felt about a workout afterwards. I said, screw it. Like, I'm going to video diary this for myself. But then I was thinking, I was like, oh, somebody's going to make fun of me online. Cause like, I'm not fast and I don't want to do that. So I was like, okay, I'll beat them to it. So I just called it below average running, and I posted the first video, and it got way too much attention. And I said, oh no. I'm going to have to keep doing this. And I never really thought about it. And a lot of people like just loved like, kind of like beating people to the punchline of you can't call me slow, I already did it. And like, I love running, I'm just not great at it. And so I kind of kept making the videos as a joke, but that was like the pivotal moment of when like running became fun for me. Like, I finally just started to have like a positive relationship with it instead of like, I hate this, even though I still feel that way sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I had a coach reach out to me too, Coach Alicia from What Runs You. And she taught me so much stuff like that I have to eat. Didn't know that. I need to drink more water. Like, she taught me a lot that it became not horrible to run it. Like, I didn't feel like I was dying.
Right.
So much shifted into that 4th race. Like, I didn't run a PR at all, but like, I felt so much better. And then it just continued from there.
Snowballed a little bit from there. Do you still work with Coach Alicia?
I do.
Yeah. I remember, I trained for my first marathon with a coach. What year would that have been? Like 22, I think it was, because it was my first time after my second kid was born that I was going to run a marathon. I wasn't going for a PR, but I just wanted to see what I could do with a coach. Like, what can I learn? And it was the first time where I crossed the finish line and I didn't feel like I was going to die.
Yeah.
I thought, this coaching thing is pretty nice.
Yeah,
Like
they know what they're doing.
they know how to help me. I don't need to go out and run as fast as I can for 6 miles. Like I would just, before that, I would have like the Hal Higdon plan on, and I would just say, okay, today's 4 miles. I'm just going to go out and run 4 miles as fast as like just whatever pace I want. And I realized then working with a coach, you're like, that's not how you're supposed to do it at all.
It's not common knowledge. Like it's
right.
See online, like these people trying to absorb all this information, these new runners. Someone's like, how do you not know this? I was like, you have to think we did not know this until someone taught us. And a lot of us were running in the days where you didn't even have a smartwatch. You had a stopwatch on your wrist. Like,
yeah.
And like, I didn't know how far I was running. Like you just mapped it with your car. Like there has been so much knowledge and you don't learn unless someone teaches you that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. People who say that, you're just like, okay.
They're so rude. I'm like, okay, Mr. Know-it-all.
Rude. Yeah, good job. So did you start on TikTok or Instagram or kind of both of the same?
TikTok.
Okay, TikTok. Okay. Because how old are you?
We're turning 5.
Oh no, how old are you as a human?
Oh, 28.
You're like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I turned 29 in October, and then I'm spiraling because I'm almost 30. So.
Well, that makes sense because TikTok, like I'm 39, so I'm Instagram because I'm old. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would have said 32.
You're so sweet. You're
so nice. I really.
Oh my God.
You're like 2 kids. I said, that's not added.
That's probably, yeah, she's a little, so yeah. So I'm Instagram, but yeah, TikTok makes sense for you. And which cat is that? Hold on.
Oh, this is Bonnie.
A moment. Oh.
She doesn't have a tail.
Oh.
She was born without it.
Oh.
This is Miss Princess. And this is her barrel that she sleeps on.
She always is up there.
Yeah.
Look at her showing off. She's like, hello. Yes.
She's a giant flirt.
Hi.
We call her Miss Princess Bombi, the Queen of Brisbane.
Perfect.
And I said, the princess, the queen. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Sorry, I got very distracted. I just saw her face right there and I was like, hello. Who are you?
She's a good girl.
I figured I would see somebody from your farm family that you mentioned in your email. And now I completely lost. Oh yeah, we were talking about age. So yeah, and then Below Average Running is about to turn 5. When's the birthday of the run club?
September. Is September 1st.
Okay.
Run club is March of 23.
Okay, I love it. So you just called. So you started on TikTok, and you're like, I'm Below Average Running, and you documented your first training season. And did you just start gaining like this community and following? I mean, you mentioned you got a lot of attention right away. So did it kind of come quickly?
It continued for a while, and it was obviously it's very motivating. Like when you start to see that, like you get excited. If you go viral, you get excited. But then it was when it slows down and you're still getting a good amount of views. It's when you're getting the comments of people being like, you inspired me to start running because I felt the same way, that I was like, holy shit, of like that I could help someone. Because like if you ask any of my cross country teammates or my coach in high school, like I was not that person. Like I always dreaded practice, like did not want to be there. Like I would encourage you, of course, but like I wouldn't inspire you at all. And so like I know like I saw my coach a couple years ago, and like she had seen everything that I was doing, and she's like, I just would never have believed that you were the one to do this. Like, and she's like, I'm so proud of you, but like whatever. And I guess like you just see them of like someone who's never run before finally had the confidence to go, or someone who was always slower is like, screw it, I liked running, like I'm gonna post it. So that's what was like, I think is my favorite part, is that I've inspired a lot of individuals to start running and who don't give a shit about their pace. Like, because all movement is good movement. Like, let's stop. We're all getting older. Our joints are getting worse, whatever. We need to move our bodies. Let's do it however we need to, fast or slow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm just so happy that there's now this community. I mean, so when you say your 5 years of Below Average Running, is that when you created your TikTok?
Yes.
Is that like when you first started?
That's the first video.
5 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's awesome. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What are you going to do to celebrate that milestone?
Well, I'm going to be in Puerto Rico for my bachelorette party, first of all.
Perfect.
So nothing on the actual day. I'll probably be hungover, but that's okay because it's Labor Day this year. But the whole month of September, we're having our run clubs. I don't want to spoil anything. When is this coming out?
Not for a while.
Well, all of our run clubs, they're partnering with local business, breweries, hotels, etc. We're going to have a lot of free samples given out. Like we're just trying to have like a party at every
Love it.
city to celebrate whenever it is, because our run clubs are all month. I know for my location, for Miami, I have a lot of good things planned, a lot of exciting things. And the biggest news is we will have merch finally again.
Oh, that's
And I
awesome.
have been busting my ass like to get it done, and it's not been easy, but like it's about to start printing and all that stuff. So like it is happening. Still in the works. Good stuff.
You got to do you have temporary tattoos?
No,
You should do that
I should.
too. Just throwing it out there as somebody who's just mildly obsessed with temporary tattoos.
You really are.
I really am. There's a couple of companies. There's like the My Race Tats.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used them yet, but I'm probably going to make a move here soon because the company I use now, I have to order like 200 at a time. And I just want to make a ton of different mantras.
Yeah.
Like I just want to have a ton of them, but I can't afford to like buy 200 of every phrase I want to put.
No.
But anyway, I digress. But you could probably create something with them. It'd be so cool.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, that's so exciting. And I connected you with Mary Pittman, who's here in Indianapolis area. Is she going to start a bar run club here? She needs to. We need somebody to do it.
We discussed it, and I think there's the serious potential, but I don't know if it's right now. So,
well, if anybody else listening is from the Indy area and would like to champion a below average running club here in Indy, do it because we need one.
Yeah.
I should say that Mary is from Average Athlete, by the way, if you guys haven't met Mary. So
she's so sweet.
That's so exciting. So exciting. So at what point did you start like working with brands or like discovering, I don't know, the whole like influencer side of it, right? It's got to be you're just kind of thrown into it.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I think I got the first, I think it was Element, and I called them LMNT, when they first started. That was one of the first, I guess, PR packages I ever got, like the first thing. And that was really cool. I was like, oh my God, why are you sending me this? And then I think it was shortly after, it was this brand called Javi Coffee. That was it was a coffee concentrate. And they paid me. And I was like, what? This is weird. And I did it. And I liked the product and they paid me. We never did anything else, but and they severely underpaid me, but I didn't know that at the time. And it was so fascinating of you get a contract sent to you. And you're like, what am I signing? I don't know. I don't know what I signed to them, and I don't want to review it, but whatever.
Yeah, they're like, ooh.
Yeah, so it's interesting when it started happening. And then my coach, Alicia, is also an influencer as well. So she really helped me with a lot of things just to understand it, because those companies want to take advantage of you. They really hope that you are just so unfamiliar with it that you're not going to ask a question. They don't think you have an attorney, because most of us don't.
Right.
Whatever. So she helped with so much. It was when I was going into my first marathon, which was Pittsburgh in 2022. Yeah, 2022. I was so fortunate enough that Dick's Sporting Goods had reached out they were doing something with the Pittsburgh Marathon. And it was Aaron Azar, Miss Space Cadet.
Yes.
And Alicia used to coach Aaron, and they had spoke that they needed one more person on the team. And she's like, Nicole's already doing this race. Let's just ask her. And I thought it was a scam email. And I messaged Aaron, and she's like, no, this is real. And I'm like, what the fuck? Dick's Sporting Goods? And on my account, TikTok, it wasn't very big, maybe 20 or 30,000. And Instagram was I remember I wasn't even at 2,000. I remember it. And I was like, this doesn't seem right. I'm too small. I didn't feel like I belonged there. And I was hella good from Instagram. He was on the team. LaToya Snell was on the team. Kelly Roberts. There was huge names. And I was like, guys, what am I doing here? And they had all run marathons and whatever. And that was I think the moment of I realized that I do deserve to be here, even though I was the smallest account and whatever. And I remember running the race, and they all did the half, and because I was already signed up for the full, and we split off, and they all waited for me at the finish. Alicia came back to mile 22 because I was crying. I was like, I need you. So she came back to get me, but everyone waited, and there was people in the race wearing below average running headbands. And I remember thinking how crazy it was that for my first marathon, I was partnered with an amazing company, with my coach with me, some of these other huge names in the running community, and people are wearing my fucking merchandise in the middle of the race. And I was like, I can't do this. This is too much for one day.
Yeah. That's a lot of
It was
emotions
a
to
lot. I cried a lot,
process.
and I don't cry. Like, I was like, I can't do this. So it was like, and in that moment, it was like really like, you've done something. So
God, that has to feel so cool.
it was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah. What do you remember the first time you saw somebody like wearing something, or like when somebody first like recognized you at a race who was like, "Oh my gosh, are you below
Yeah.
average running?"
I don't remember like someone wearing. I remember like because I wear this brand Junk headbands a lot. I love their
Yeah.
headbands. I have since I used to do CrossFit, and I like ordered. You can order customs from them, and I like people paid me through Venmo, and I mailed it out like
There you
literally.
go.
And I met people would send me pictures, which was really cool. Like, but I never saw it in person. But I remember it was the Fort Lauderdale Half Marathon in 2022, and we were at the turnaround point, and someone said, "Oh my God, are you Nicole Linn?" And I was like, not prepared, and no one had ever recognized me before. And I had Ellie and my cousin Lauren, who are like my pacers for any race I'm trying to go fast for. And I'm now friends with her. Her name's Remen, and I remember it, and I needed it. Like in that moment, it like gave me the extra boost, and it was so cool. And I was like, whoa, like what do you mean? And then we found each other after the race, like we talked, and now like I've seen her because she's South Florida as well a handful of times, and like we communicate frequently. I was like, how cool is that? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so I guess how do you prepare yourself for
Oh,
that? That's just like, yeah,
every
that's
time
so
it still
cool.
happens, I'm like, you want to talk to me? Why? Like,
Yeah.
because I just think of myself as Nicole Linn. Like I really don't think of like I'm an influencer. I don't like that word. It makes me
I don't
sound so,
either. I know. I hated even saying it. Like
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. And I don't
Yeah.
like the word content creator either. It's just like I'm just doing the video.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't like any of it, frankly, but I want to do it. It's like a weird
Yeah.
thing. Like you're
It's
like,
like an itch.
yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
don't want to be an influencer, content creator. I just want to be like myself.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I
which
feel
you've
you.
done, yeah, such a good job of doing.
Thank you.
So, okay, and so then you had your own account and
Uh-huh.
started to grow a community. At what point were you like, okay, this needs to be like a thing that we do, not just in South Florida, but other places?
I don't really remember when I decided to do it. I think Bar had just turned 3 then is when I started because I had gone to run clubs. I mean, I'd gone to run clubs in high school and I was always left in the back, which is like, it's fine. And I remember like I went to a few in Miami and it was the same thing. I was left in the back again. Okay. And it sucks a little bit because you go there to make friends. So I just remember thinking that like if I was to do this, I would make sure no one is alone. And like
Mm,
if you're like some people do like to run alone, that's fine. But if you're like the last runner, like we're gonna go back for you. Like I remember finishing so many and like they're already stretching or like half leaving, and I'm like,
oh
guys,
yeah.
like you can wait. I'm sorry. And I'm like, if you're leading the run club, how irresponsible of you, even though I signed a waiver, to leave one of your attendees like that. Like how do you know I didn't get kidnapped? I didn't break anything.
Right.
That's a
Yeah.
dangerous and just humanity helping humanity.
Yeah.
So, and it stems back to like high school cross country. Our coaches had always made if you finished the workout and other runners were still going, you either started to jog back or walk back to go bring them in every single time. So I don't remember how many runs I ever finished alone because one of my faster teammates always came back for me, always.
Mm,
And it was so nice. And it's like the best feeling that they want to see you finish. They want to see you succeed, even though I'm not scoring points for the team at all, but they still want me to improve. And so, like with Bar Run Club, it's anytime I finish the run, it's hot as balls outside. You think I want to run more? No, but I go ahead and I bring in the runners because I know how it feels to be left, to feel like you were forgotten. And it's horrible. Like, and I want you just to feel good about moving your body. I'm going to come get you.
right. Yeah, it is pretty sad. I've gotten the feedback. I've never been part of a run club, which is actually
Mhm.
kind of weird. People are like, "What
Yeah.
do you mean? You love running?"
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Well, I was a solo runner when I was training for my first marathon, and I
Yeah.
just ran by myself, and then, now in this stage of life, I can't be like, or I mean I could, but like it's, during the night, like weeknights, I can't be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, gonna go have fun and
It's
party,"
hard.
My husband finishes his corporate job and I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to go drink with some running friends. How's
Yeah.
that?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't work. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's partially why it just hasn't really worked. But anyway, we have a few clubs here, and some of them don't really embrace everybody in all paces. And I
Mhm.
think people will say, "Oh, a lot of people or clubs will say that anybody's welcome, all pace is welcome. And they always say that because I feel like they have to say that, but then the action doesn't follow up with that. And I think that's really unfortunate.
And I'm so big on, you do not have to make an all paces run club. Like some people, Miami has so many run clubs, so many. And a handful of them are like strictly like, you need to be running this pace. And they say it. Well, they do now. They used to not. They'll say it. And which I appreciate. And a lot of people will go do their speed workouts with these people. I'm like, I love that. That's great. But don't say this is for everyone if you don't have a walking group. Like you need to, because sometimes like, I go to my own run club and I really don't feel well. Like, and I'm like, I don't want to run today. I just want to walk. And you don't have to make it inclusive. I really don't care, but don't say it and then leave me in the back.
Right. Yeah.
Because now you lied to me.
Yeah. False advertising.
You're a liar.
Lies. Yeah. We just had a local gym start a walking club I saw on the internet, fun. Which I loved. I'm like, okay, good. Yeah. You're like, this is what it is. We're a walking club. That's what we do here. Yeah. And yeah, I really like that. I bet you some of that has been because of you. Like you've influenced the running clubs to own up to what they are and what they.
It's so interesting because when I made Bar Run Club, I felt like it wasn't super saturated with the slower runner run club.
Right.
And maybe I just didn't see it. And I'm not saying this was my idea. Like it's not, because there's a gajillion ideas out there. But now I see it everywhere. And you know what? I freaking love it because there's a place for everybody. Yes. Like if you don't like my run club, okay, tell me why so I can improve. But if you don't like it, there is another slow run club that you might love. And you know what? I don't care. I just want you to go move, feel good about yourself, like making healthy choices. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's awesome that there is so many now.
Yeah. Agreed. Like play that on repeat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to like play that clip over and over again with people. So it's like, come on. Yeah. So yeah, because I just feel like when we were in Vegas, when you had the shakeout run, I was chatting with a few people and they were telling me about their experiences at various run clubs and why they're part of Bar Run Club. And I thought that was really cool because it's like you did something that a lot of people were looking for clearly, because now it's like everybody's trying to be able to support anybody. And you're like, wait. You don't need to like support everybody all the time. You need to just own what you do well and do it.
Yeah. Don't try to do too much. It never works out well for you.
It really doesn't.
Crashing out, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like running stores in particular are guilty of being like, everybody's welcome because they're just trying to sell more. And they're trying to make their running club big so they can sell more. And it's like, you've lost the point.
They're doing and just a lot of clubs in general, quantity over quality.
Right. Yes.
It's never the best mentality.
It's never the best way.
No.
Okay. So where did you, and maybe tell me a little bit about some of your key people in your circle, if you will, like Ellie and Lauren that you pace with, like, and how that ended up where did you start the run club? Just in Miami at first, or did you start in multiple locations? How did it?
So we'll go run club first because that's easier.
This is a quick break to remind you that Finish Lines and Milestones is part of the Sandy Boy Productions podcast network. And if you like this show, even if you're new or you've been listening for a while, there are other shows in the Sandy Boy Productions podcast network that are running shows you might like. There's I'll Have Another with Lindsay Hine. It's been around for almost a decade, and Lindsay interviews Olympians and pro runners. There's the Trail Network podcast that's more for the ultra running scene. Then there's also Miles with Moms, which is a podcast for moms who run by moms who run. So if you are looking for more content, I know there's a lot out there, but if you're looking for more great podcasts to add into your rotation, be sure to check out these shows. And thank you so much to Sandy Boy Productions founder Lindsay Hine for having me and this show as part of the network. Now back to the show. Tell me a little bit about some of your key people in your circle, if you will, like Ellie and Lauren that you pace with, like, and how that ended up where did you start the run club? Just in Miami at first, or did you start in multiple locations? How did it?
So we'll go run club first because that's easier. So run club started in Miami, and then we went to Dallas. So March was Miami, and then we launched Dallas in April of 23.
Okay. And what launched Dallas? Why Dallas?
I have ambassadors across the country. And we had the biggest demand in Dallas from there. So the ambassadors at that time, we put it on there. I flew out to Dallas, which that was weird. I was like, I'm doing a business trip, like for myself. Like, I can't like you can like reimburse your like corporate job. No, like it was myself, and I was like, no, like this is my own money.
Yeah.
But so we did that, and then we went to LA in May, and we had 3 at first. LA we haven't done in a while. LA is it's like Miami. It's very hard. There's so many clubs. And then so over the last 2.5 years, I guess, as we've added ambassadors, I don't just put a run club because someone wants it. There has to be the need and demand for it. And like the ambassador in that city has to want to do it, because I'm like, I need you to be passionate about it. If you don't, I'm not going to make you do it. Like, it's not for everyone. It's stressful, and some people love it, some people hate it. I'm always like, if you don't like it anymore, just tell me. This is supposed to add to your life. It's not supposed to take away or add any stress.
Right.
It's supposed to be very chill.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there is no business plan for the run clubs. It happens as it happens, which I personally feel like that's why it's successful, because I'm not trying to force it if it's not there. I'm not trying to grow it if it's not there. If a city has to stop temporarily for whatever reason, then it stops. I'm not going to continue to push it when it's struggling. The ambassador doesn't want, like, I'm not stupid. I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Like, right? So the run club's like, it's tricky because it's so relaxed.
Yeah.
As for my key individuals who help me so much with like run clubs in the company. So Ellie Hansen now, because she's married. We actually met on TikTok. I think she commented, it was like 2 weeks after I made my first video. And I had a bunny. I have one bunny now, but I used to have 2. And I put a video of my bunny in there. And she commented and said, I think we're the same person. I run and also have a bunny. And if you're an adult with a bunny run, it's a very specific niche of people. I love bunnies. And so I went to her page, and she has a locked rabbit. Her name's Harper. She's brown and white. She's so fucking cute. I love this bunny. And so I was like, oh my God, well, I have to follow her. So then we started talking about our rabbits for like a while. And we had never met in person. She flew down to Fort Lauderdale, paced me for a PR. That race, that girl recognized me. She spent the night at my house. And I was like, that seems irresponsible of us. It worked out great. She ran my first marathon with me, like literally like internet friends, 2 best friends. And then this almost 1 year ago, their anniversary is July 20th. I was the maid of honor in her wedding last year. And she's one of the maid of honors in my wedding. Like we are the same person, just we live in different states.
Yeah. Where does she live?
She's in Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah. So she has helped just like out of the kindness of her heart. Cause like Bar is technically a startup. Even now it's still a startup. I don't know when you like don't become a start. Like when do I graduate?
I don't know.
Anyways.
Whenever you want, Nicole. That's when. Whenever you want to say, I'm not a startup anymore.
I don't know.
There's no rules.
So many questions. Yeah. Anyways, so she would help just with so many things. And for a long time, I had a really hard time delegating tasks of anything, of even just like emails. And I was like, no, I can do it. And then it hit a point where I really couldn't do it. And so she now is in charge of all the run clubs, doing all the graphics for run clubs.
Wow.
She like has a Bar email that she'll respond to brands and companies. Like she's technically like VP of the company, which is like crazy. She's unpaid at the moment too, which like I hate. And I like told her, I was like, you will be the first one I pay. But like I do like there is like I do give her things to the best that I can.
Yeah, like
truly like from the kindness of her heart does it because she believes in it. She loves to help the runners, and she's like, I just believe in Bar so much that I'm going to do this until you tell me to stop. And I was like, but you don't find people like that very often.
Yeah, no.
And it is like, I'm so lucky. She's so selfless. She's awesome. My cousin Lauren, she's my cousin, so like she's got to do it. She's also one of my pacers at every race. So every marathon, all 3 of them, she's been with me. Any race I've PR'd, she's been with me. And just like my biggest support, I don't remember a day without Lauren. Like she's older than me. So from the day I was born, I've been with Lauren. And then my parents would be the other 2 really big people. It's so funny. My mom used to buy my running shoes. Like I'd get the new pair of shoes every season for cross country. And then when I trained for these races, she's like, I'll buy you a pair of shoes. And now like I haven't had to buy shoes in so long, which is like crazy to say.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, remember like the way you supported me was you would buy my shoes.
Oh, yeah.
And now like me and my dad are the same size, so I'm able to give him a lot of my shoes.
Oh, that's really nice, actually.
But so like that's so cool to see And my dad used to own a business as well. So he's helped me with a lot of things, like point me in the right direction of attorneys, accountants, like all these extra people that you need just so you like don't end up in federal prison. Because like, I really don't want to go there. I don't think it would be good. And just like helping, like before we printed real t-shirts, my mom would be with me with the Cricut, helping me do it. And we made my God. You know, they're at every single race. My dad's been at 17 halves. He's ran 3 of them with me, and all 3 marathons, never missed a race. They drive me to the races because I get like too stressed driving on race day. They like, my dad always has like, post-run Dr. Pepper for me. Like my parents like will do anything for Bar, obviously anything for me as well. But, and then like the biggest thing, and I'm so lucky, like I am so incredibly lucky, when I trademarked below average running because someone tried to copy it. And I said, hey, don't take my idea, create your own. That's
right.
Not
like think of something unique.
Yeah. Come on. Said, I'm sorry, you're not creative, but that pissed me off. Like I don't like people taking ideas. So I decided to trademark it. And I mean, I was like 2 years out of grad school. Like I didn't have money. I still don't have money. I still got a shit ton of student loans. But so like I wanted to trademark this. It's very expensive to trademark things, like with an attorney and whatever. Great investment. And my dad was the one who like he's like, I believe in below average running and I believe in you so much. This is my investment into your company.
Oh, that's
so,
awesome.
Like he's seen the money back. Like I was like, I will pay you back. Whenever.
Yeah.
But it was so incredibly lucky that I was able to have that support because it's very hard to do these things without like taking out a loan. And it's scary when you have student loans, you have other things like to worry about. So yeah. And then my ambassadors across the country are so incredibly, like they love it so much. And they are some of the most kind and selfless individuals I've ever met.
I love it. So if somebody's listening and they're like, well, you've described my ideal run club and I want to be an ambassador, what does that process look like?
So we open applications honestly here soon, probably in the next like couple weeks. And it's crazy. Like every year we have like 500 plus people apply.
Nicole,
it's a lot.
That's amazing.
And then, we read them all. So that's like a lot. This is a great problem to have. Like I'm not complaining. So, and then typically there's only a handful of spots, like less than 10. I'm not kidding because again, I don't want to just add to add. Like if out of those 500, if no application is screaming to me, there won't be any added. So there's no set number and there's no like minimum or max. So we'll open the applications, put a lot of effort into it because we can tell when you really don't care. Like it's
right. Like you don't fill out all the stuff or
It's like you gotta, spruce it up a little bit. And anyway,
try.
Yeah, please try. And don't use ChatGPT. Like,
oh shit. Yeah. Get out of here.
And so something like that. And then like, you're an ambassador and you're kind of like more like I'll add like for merchandise purposes. I'm like, what do you think about this? Like, would you buy this? Do you like this? Like
that's so nice to have
other opinions. I'm looking at things one or two ways. And I've been in this space. Like I need different, and that's like so great with architecture. Like when you're stuck on a design, it's not working, you need to step back and you need to ask someone else because they're going to look at it different ways. So it's the same way I do it is like, give me your ideas. There's no bad ideas, only things that'll either spark something else or will resolve it. So there's a lot of like behind the scenes that you help with. And then like when I feel ready and you feel ready that you want to do the run club and there's the need, we'll start to discuss it.
Yeah, that's so great.
And it's not like a strict timeline. It's just when it feels right.
Well, I love that mentality because you think about it would be so easy for you to just like throw up a ton of like ambassadors and quote unquote run club, like, and to be able to tell brands, be like, well, I have 3,000 ambassadors and we're in 100 cities, because obviously brands would be like, ooh, that's more, but I think you would be doing yourself and the members a disservice by doing that, to your point. So I think I applaud you for that because it'd be easy to get wrapped up in it and just try to be as big as you can, as fast as you can. But that's not always the way.
It has not bit me in the ass yet.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. I want to make sure we nerd out on some of the brands you work with at some point, but I don't want to do that yet. I want to talk a little bit more about Vegas because we shared that experience and a little bit more about like the run club that I got to go to. But what made you end up signing up for the Rock and Roll Vegas race?
I don't remember what I finally had the desire to try to PR my half, because I do a lot of races, but I don't like to race very often because it's a hard training block. It's very stressful, like in the actual race.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's really hard. And I like to run for fun. So I finally felt the urge of like, I think I want to do this. And my coach was like, jump on it, do it now. Like, cause you don't get that often. So I won't race in Florida because it's too hot. So I was like, okay, gotta look elsewhere. And I obviously don't do great with elevation and a lot of hills because it's flat here. So I was like, okay, I need something flat, something that's a little colder. And I don't know, maybe it was Lindsay, like our ambassador in Vegas, who had said it.
Yeah.
Nashville rock and roll races are just so fun. They're so good. So I was like, Vegas, and my fiance, one of his best friends, lives in Vegas. And I was like, you know what? Like, and I also was like, I'm not a Vegas person whatsoever.
Me either.
No, it's an interesting place, but from just an interesting standpoint, Vegas is crazy. Like, it's so fun. And I was like, well, they're going to shut the strip down. And you just run on the strip. Like, there's no cars, there's no obnoxious people like screaming at you. Well, like the fans and my parents, but for the most part, it's not Vegas when you're doing this. And it was a night race, which I thought was so cool.
Yeah.
So I said, screw it, let's do Vegas. So then I did it. I think hands down my most fun race I've ever done in my life until mile 11.
Wow. Well,
really started to hurt me, but it was awesome. It was so much fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
I know, because
I agree.
How many years now?
I've done it 3 times because the first year I did it, it was so hard because I tried to go really fast and I peed my pants at mile 11. So it must be something at mile 11 is the worst. I didn't know how to I don't know how to fuel like during the day when you're like waiting around to do a race. Mm-hmm. How did you do that? What did you guys do the day of?
Well, so like leading up into it, I think it was like the 6 weeks before I moved all my long runs to night. Like Sunday night.
Smart idea.
Or Monday night, which I like doing it Monday night more because like it was a work day. So it was like I would eat breakfast, I'd eat lunch. What is the latest time I'm eating lunch if my run is starting at 5 p.m.? Because I started it at the race start time. So I really had it because my stomach is always a problem on race day.
Yeah.
It was like, how much water am I drinking throughout the day? And obviously Vegas, I don't think I had much water because I didn't sweat at all. Because it's not hot or humid there.
Oh, man.
Allie,
I could not get enough water when I was in Vegas.
No, I literally, and like I didn't have to take as much salt. Like down here, I take salt pills every 20 minutes. Like I'm just trying. So I practiced all of it. So come race day, I said, this is my breakfast, this is my lunch, and then I'll eat tortilla chips as a snack. Like I knew what to do, which is I think what really made the difference.
Yeah, that's so smart. That's so smart. I should have practiced that. My coach, if my coach is listening, she'll be like, well, now we're going to do that for next year because I am signed up.
Yeah, because even like Ellie was like, yeah, my stomach feels a little odd. And I said, well, thank God you're like a way better runner because that would take you out.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the actual run club event we did, what was the name of that park? Now I forget. Sunset, maybe. Sunset Park? I think that's right. We're going to go with that. You're like, I don't know. Somebody told me where to be.
I was like, listen, I can't like keep track of everything.
Right. Well, it was so nice to be able to run, like do an actual like shakeout type of a run, not on the strip. Because if you try to run on the strip in Vegas, well, you don't really because you're just going up and down stairs the whole time and dodging a ton of people. And so it was nice to get out of Vegas proper and like run in a park. It was so beautiful. And I just I remember everybody was so welcoming. I loved meeting your family. Like I got lost too at one point. And thank God I found you. I'd have been so sad. And it was just great. And it was like one of the first times I've ever been self-conscious about my own pace, which is funny to say, right? Because it's like, technically I'm probably more of an average runner. Like I'm probably right around in the middle versus below. And people will be like, you're above that. And it's like, okay, well, who cares? But I just loved everything about what you're doing. I'm like, I have to go. And it was so much fun. So I think we ran 2 or 3 miles and it truly was like at the beginning, you were like, okay, Lindsay's going to take this pace. I'm going to take this pace. Ellie's going to take this pace and we're going to include everybody and we're going to do it. And we even like recruited some random guys in the parking lot that were, going to do their own shakeout. My
mom forced them to do it. Like, I don't think she gave them a choice. I was like, Mom, you like can't do that. But it worked out.
It did. I actually chatted with them for a while. It was funny.
They were very nice.
Yeah. It's like, okay, why not? Yeah. So I would encourage anybody who like gets a chance to go to a bar run club or see you at an event that they go out of their way to do that because it was really fun. And you introduced me to one of my most favorite fuels now.
Oh yeah.
So now we'll segue into nerding out a little bit because you work with some of my most favorite brands. So Noogs, I had never heard of in my life until the Vegas event, the Shakeout. Tell people about Noogs.
So I met Noogs, like the people who own the company, in December of 24 at the Dallas Marathon.
Okay.
They were passing out samples, and I am Running Fuel's #1 hater. I don't like gels. I'm a texture person. Like I don't eat pudding, Jello. Like I don't like peanut butter, any of that stuff. So gels are horrible. And like, you know, like some of these gummies, they like really are just hard to chew. And you're like 10 miles in, you're like, I can't do this. So anyways, like Noogs, they had samples. I said, well, I'll try it. I'll probably hate it. Oh my God, they were so good. I was like, these taste like Sour Patch Kids. And I'm not, if you're listening to this, like, I'm not kidding when I say these are just as good as Sour Patches. And like, they don't get stuck on your teeth. So the woman who founded it, like, she's also a marathon runner and she liked the gummies, but she didn't like how they get stuck on their teeth and they're hard to chew. So she developed this. So they go down so fast. My God, they're crack.
Yeah, they're good. I could totally eat them just unrelated to running because they do taste like, I remember you're like, these taste, I'm like, yeah, right. Like, and then I tasted them. I'm like, okay, well, I've actually only had the watermelon flavor. I haven't even changed because I feel like I shouldn't because it's so good.
It is fun if you mix 3 bags together and you just have
that's a pro move. So yeah, so thank you for that. And I actually invited one of their founders to be on this podcast because I found Noogs and I'm like, I love them so much. I need to hear more about the story because that's so freaking cool.
And the name is their nickname for their dog. That's why it's called Noogs.
That's adorable. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you told me that. That's amazing.
They're such good people.
Oh, and then the other brand that I love is FP Movement, which is Free People Movement. I am not a Free People girly. Like I don't buy normal Free People stuff, if that makes sense.
Me neither.
But I remember when I discovered FP Movement, they opened a store in our mall and I was like, oh God, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, they got cute shit.
And in fact, this is, you know, little Free People Movement. But how did you end up, you host a run club for them too, don't you? So how did that come about?
I got really, really lucky. So I just celebrated 2 years of partnering with them, which is like
so cool.
Crazy and I love them so much. I love their clothes so much. But so my friend Laura down in Miami, who I met at Run Club, she actually used to be their runner, and Laura now runs with Nike. And so FP needed somebody, and Laura said, she's like, I got this friend Nicole, like I think she'd be great. And they emailed me, and I said, what is it? It's the same thing with Dick's. I said, this isn't real. And it was real. And so we talked. And I said, okay, I'll do this. Like, why not? What a cool thing. And it's been great for 2 years. I lead their runs once a month. I've done shakeouts with them for the Miami Marathon. I had really great opportunities. I genuinely love their clothes. I can't complain.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. And they're so lucky to have you, somebody, again, who is inclusive and aware of making sure everybody feels that to lead that. That's so cool. I swear you do them more than once a month. I see it all the time. Maybe that's probably by design.
Sometimes it's twice a month. It just depends if they're they do special runs, but I feel I'm also always wearing FP. That's majority of my closet. So you also, I'm just seeing that.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, and they sell it at Dick's now, which is so dangerous.
And they're always on sale a lot of times at Dick's.
Yeah, it's really bad. I can't go in a Dick's Sporting Goods because I will spend all of my money. Yeah. So, and then do you work with HOKA as well for shoes or because they work with them? Okay.
It's through FP. And
that makes sense. That makes sense. What shoe do you like to run in the most?
Right now, just cause I have the somewhat partnership with HOKA, because I truly think every brand has a good running shoe. You just got to find which one works for you. So I love the HOKA Bondis, or Bondis, I would say. I love those. I love a high cushion shoe. I recently have the Arahi 8s, and I really like those because the Arahis before were kind of stiffer and I wasn't crazy about them, but these new ones, I've been running them. I really like those. I also, in Vegas, I ran in the Mizuno Nuo Zens.
Oh, I've never run in a Mizuno before.
Okay. This shoe is great. It's fast. It's very light. Feels like a sock. I love it. But I only do it for faster things. But I love that shoe. And then I also love the New Balance Fresh Foam 1080s.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I will say the 1080s to the Bondis, they're a very similar shoe, which is why I think I like both. But.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's Bondi because it's Bondi Beach in Sydney, I think is what it's named after.
Oh.
Or I don't know if that's in Sydney, but it's over there in Australia somewhere. There you go. The more you know.
Our facts are all over the place.
Yeah. And then you got to go, because you're in Miami, you got to go see a Grand Slam track meet in person. I saw that and I was instantly like, I need to hear about that experience.
That was awesome. So like Grand Slam was coming and it was like, it's so funny because Miami's so big and Miami-Dade County is very big, but like things will be on the border of Miami-Dade and Broward. Broward is like Fort Lauderdale County. And this track was pretty far north, like borderline on the border. But I was like, screw it. Like, you're going to see these top Olympians. Like, I'm never going to see Gabby Thomas race. Are you joking? I'm going to go do it.
Unbelievable.
So I saw they were coming, and tickets for like general admission, I want to say were $18. And I said,
wow,
my God, that's basically free. Yeah. So me and Laura, we went on Saturday and Sunday. Well, I went Saturday. I saw Gabby Thomas run the 200. She won. I was like, I mean, and I can't even tell you how fast these people are until you see them in person, because they're all fast, so you can't see it. And we were joking. We're like, how many meters do you think you could stay with them for?
Not even one, probably. I couldn't even get a full stride out.
No.
Yeah.
And just insane. So saw Gabby Thomas. I saw Sydney McLaughlin run as well, which was like, she's a world record holder. Are you joking? Like, that's crazy. Nikki Hiltz, I saw them run. Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so inspiring. So we saw that all Saturday. I was like, well, we got to come back on Sunday. So I bought another ticket for Sunday, went back, and it was just like, I was like, I guess Sydney hadn't run in Florida in like 4 or 5 years. Like, I think she's very selective of where she races. And duh, why not? And it was just like, I literally was like, I saw the best in the world do this. And it was freaking awesome.
That's so cool. So, that is so amazing.
If you ever get the chance to go to like a pro track meet, like, I can't even tell you the adrenaline that was through my body watching these people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised. Well, I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble for being like, I don't know what we do here in Indiana for track stuff, but we're like the amateur sports capital of the world. Indianapolis is. We've hosted so much, but since I've kind of been more into the running scene, if you will, like, I don't know of any big events that we've hosted, but we should host a Grand Slam track meet at some point. It'd be so great. And I need to get you up here because our marathon in November, it might be too cold for you though, because some years we've had
It's okay.
snow.
I'll wear a shirt. It's fine.
But it's so flat. Pancake.
I love it.
Yeah. Easy, fast. I mean, that's kind of our claim to fame is we're the fastest non-net downhill course for BQs. So
love it. Not that
anybody who's anybody who's going fast or like they're fast. I mean, it's all relative. I know. It's damn it. But yeah. And for people who are listening and they're new, right? What kind of advice would you give them? I mean, especially like when it comes to a run club, what advice do you have for those people?
So my general advice, like if you're just starting out running or like you're coming back and you used to run years ago when you were younger, is don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to fix your foot strike. Don't focus on how you're breathing. Like whatever feels right, just do it. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't have to have the new outfits, like wear what you have. If you want the new outfit, get it. But like you have clothes. Don't overcomplicate it. For a run club, do your research, just like if you are a slower runner so you're not getting left behind. And if you're nervous, literally just message the run club. Most of them are on Instagram or Facebook. Just message them and ask. Like, hey, I'm a slower runner, full transparency. And if you decide not to go, they're never going to see you. Who cares? Like, just ask the question, because you never know until you ask. And like maybe some of your best friends are there. And I always say run clubs and running in general, you never know who you're going to meet. A best friend, a business partner, a romantic partner, your worst nemesis. I mean, you could meet anybody.
Your worst nemesis. Yeah, the worst person in the world.
I mean, it's possible. So like, you just have to go. But I totally get being nervous, and being nervous is totally fine. And if you can find a friend you can drag with you, like bribe them with coffee or something, like, hey, you come with me. Like, but also just go alone. The best things in life happen when you just go do them. So yeah.
That's good advice in general.
I live by too, like, if you embarrass yourself, like you most likely won't ever see those people again. So like it really doesn't matter.
And yeah, nobody really cares anyway. Like nobody's going to be like thinking about that over and over again for the rest of their life. They don't care about you.
No, they don't.
It's great. It's so freeing. You're like, they don't care. It's great. I can do what I want. Okay. That reminds me, speaking of meeting people, how did you meet your fiance?
Well, shoot. So we, okay, I might have you cut this part. We met on Hinge.
Was it a one night stand, Nicole?
No, no,
Obviously
don't put
not.
that in there. So we met on Hinge.
Yeah, okay.
But if you ask my mom, we met at Publix in the bakery, and she
Okay.
still doesn't know. And I was like, now, at the bridal shower, when you play those games of like how the bride and groom met, and it's like, how does Nicole's mom think they met? Because like, I didn't want to tell her I was on dating apps.
Why?
Because if we broke up, I didn't even tell her I was dating him for like 4 months because I was like, if it doesn't work out, I don't want the follow-up conversation. Yeah, so I just didn't tell her. And when I told her, I was like, I'm not accepting further questions at this time. Like, don't ask me anything.
Okay. So now she knows, or she still doesn't know?
She still doesn't know. I think I'll tell her at the bridal shower during a game. We started dating in 2021, so this was when Bar was new. And I didn't tell him I did social media for like a while. So like,
that's funny too.
Yeah,
because you're like, I don't need you to go watch those videos.
No. And I do I really try to separate Bar from like my life, because if I do too much together, it's too stressful. So it's like, I have running Nicole and then everything else Nicole. So
yeah, I feel that a little bit too. Although like running Allie is pretty much my whole life because I don't have a traditional day job like you do, like alongside of it. So it's just like everything that I do.
Yours is blurring together.
Yeah. Well, it's better or worse, but I do still try to separate it so that my like what I'll call normal friends don't have to like see all my running videos because they'd be like, cool, Allie.
I know.
Yeah. My sister trolls me. That's
okay.
it's
Siblings are
okay.
supposed to bully you.
They're supposed to. Okay. So you met at Publix. That's hilarious. And then when is your wedding? I feel like I should know this.
It is February 22nd of 2026.
No, that's the Vegas race. Damn it.
I know. Sorry.
I'll be celebrating you as I'm running around in Vegas.
Yeah. Because I remember because we went to Vegas, like he came with me, and I was like, should we just go to see Elvis and like elope like a year before? We had no time. But I was like, I would have done it. I would have done it for the plot because it doesn't matter at this point. Like I'm getting married. So
yeah, right.
So it was like a fun way to celebrate like the 1 year out mark. So
now
we're like a little over 7 months away.
Yeah. Wow. That's exciting.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's weird. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's weird. I've been married 11 years now. So it's like, what the hell?
I know. Because we've been together like for a little over 4 years. I was like, are you sure? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just, it's weird. Cause like I was sitting there and sometimes I overthink things, which is probably a problem. And I'm like, you pick somebody who you really like and then you spend your whole life with them, which that's what I want. But then I'm like, what an odd concept.
It kind of is, really.
When you really think about it, it's weird.
It is. It is interesting.
I'm happy to partake in it though. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right. I'm trying our darndest to like make it till we die. Right. It's like,
right?
Man, this shit is not easy, especially with young kids. But I'm so lucky to have a great partner who sneaks in behind me while I'm recording my podcast. But are you getting married? Is it safe to assume like you'll get married on the beach at Miami, or like what is your wedding look like?
Well, just like for safety purposes, like I don't want to disclose too much.
Good call.
Yeah.
You are a famous celebrity, Nicole.
Yeah.
You do not want people crashing your wedding.
Oh, there's some weird people. There are some very weird people. We're getting married in Palm Beach County.
Okay.
That's where I grew up. So we're getting married somewhere in there. It is a beautiful venue. It is not, I did not want a beach wedding. No, I love the beach. We met on the beach, like on Miami Beach. Not the actual sand, like in the buildings. And then he proposed on the beach, and we always had like some of our best date nights on the actual sand.
Oh.
But I was like, I never wanted a beach wedding, ever. Yeah. Your hair gets everywhere. And I was like, the ground is unstable. I want concrete. So
I don't want to sprain my ankle.
I don't want to break my metatarsal again.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But it's nice because the venue is like the reception ceremony. Everything is right there. So
awesome.
Get dropped off and then I get married and then I party. I mean, it's like kind of crazy.
Boom. Where are you honeymooning?
We're going to go to Bali.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
Terrible?
I was joking. I was being facetious.
Oh, I was like, what? Really?
Like, why? It's supposed to be like the best place in the world to go. Man. You're going to.
We were saying we wanted to go somewhere that was like really inconvenient to get to. And it's like a 24-hour travel day. And I was like, well, you'd be so excited. And we're not going right away. That stresses me out.
That's
like,
smart.
I think we're aiming for May to do it. And it's really just like the flight is the most expensive cost and everything else is like very reasonable. And I also was like, I mean, hopefully I only get married once. I want to go all the way.
Right. Oh, that's
Someone's
so
gonna
fun.
take that out of context, be like, she's gonna get divorced. It's like, no, you need to learn to laugh a little bit in life.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you took that out of context and you're hating, like, don't ever listen to this podcast again. Because you are not my friend. I can't believe I have to ask you the end of the podcast questions now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. And they're pretty easy. Favorite running mantra and or song?
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, I guess mantra, embrace the pace, which is Bar's motto, is a good one. And the other one I like too is the difference between wanting and achieving is discipline.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So like
that's a really good one.
If I'm not in a training block, I skip more runs because it's more relaxed. But like when I am training and I want that PR in the half marathon, it's like, unless I am so utterly tired that rest is a better option, or like I really don't, like I'm sick. Like I won't skip a workout. Like I will not, I might move it, but I'm very strict on like, if you want this PR, you have to put in the work. There is no excuse. You have to be disciplined. So, and like same, like if I'm training for my first marathon, it was like every day, getting up. And I did not want to do it, but I wanted the marathon so badly. So
yeah, that's such good advice. Well, and that's why I think about like chasing a Boston marathon or chasing PRs. It's like, yeah, you can't it just doesn't magically happen. And it doesn't happen overnight.
No.
I don't care who you follow on Instagram that says they just like took 45 minutes off their marathon time in a year. It's like, it takes time.
And you gotta keep working. School, fitness, work, job, like it's with anything in life. If you see that goal at the end and that's what you want to get, you're gonna have to bust your ass, and it may not be a 3-month hard effort. It could be years of hard effort. So it's like, gotta keep going.
And what about music? Do you listen to music?
Sometimes if I'm doing speed work, yes. Sometimes I raw dog my runs because I'm so like, that's what in high school, you never had music.
Yeah.
I do like podcasts or audiobooks as well, but my favorite songs, especially when I feel like I'm dying, Rocky, not the traditional Rocky Balboa, that one, like, you know, when he's running the steps, classic. Specifically the songs from Rocky 4 when he's training to beat the Russian Ivan.
Okay.
That soundtrack is like crack to me because
I think I would know it if I heard it.
I don't know if I can play it for like copyright purposes when you post the podcast.
Oh, sure.
But I'll send them to you. But like specifically the scene when Rocky is being followed by, and maybe he's not Russian. Maybe it's the Soviet Union. I've seen them. I don't remember. Anyways, but the big guy who's taking steroids, his team is following Rocky to see how he's training to beat him. And like Rocky's running through like feet of snow and just like going. And then like they're trying to chase him in the car and he's running so fast that the car hits like a snow pile. And he's like doing these sit-ups in a barn. Like he's not using any equipment. He's using what he has. And like Ivan is getting shot up with steroids, training, all the wires and everything, and then, you know, Rocky wins. But the songs from that movie, like when I hear them, I just picture him like doing these sit-ups and doing all these things, and I'm like, if Sylvester Stallone could do it, me too.
Then I can. I like that a lot. And then your next finish line or milestone, obviously we talked about the big milestone of Bar turning 5, which is huge, and you're getting married. That's another huge milestone coming up next year. But what's your next finish line? Are you registered for anything right now?
Space Coast, end of November. But that one I do with my brother now every year. So this is his third half.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so we'll do that one together. I'll finish the whole 4-year mission to Mars. But that race, like, I don't go for speed. I just go for vibes and for fun. And I love it. I'll end up doing the Miami half. I think it's end of January because like it's Miami. I have to do it.
Right.
But I don't have any goals like set out that I want, right? Like literally it's getting married is my focus. I am going to do Chicago in 2026 because it falls on my 30th birthday. And I said, what a great gift to yourself.
Yeah, that's so fun. Oh, Nicole, that's awesome.
With, like the charity teams. Like,
dude, I better get into the lottery for that because I would love to be there.
Yes, that'll be my first major. I've never done one. So
okay. Yeah. Chicago is the marathon I've done the most. It's a blast. You're going to love it. Yeah. There's nothing. And then you're going to be like, oh, the majors. I see why people are so crazy.
I am worried about that. So now I'm like, well, that's my next big race is.
That's so exciting. Oh, well, this has been so much fun. I can't thank you enough for agreeing to come on a podcast from a random girl you met on the internet and then in real life, which I feel like, a lot of my remote guests, most of them I've never met in person at all. So I feel lucky that we've had a chance to meet in real life. So hopefully again.
Yes.
You celebrate your first anniversary. It makes sense. Like your first anniversary after you get married should be in Vegas again.
I do want to do the race again. I don't want to go fast again. Like I want to enjoy it a little bit more because it hurt.
I don't blame you for that. I did the same this year. I was like, I'm just going out to do it. It's fun.
No, we will cross paths again, whether it's to see Wicked Part 2.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes. Yep. For sure. Well, thank you. And thank you to everybody who has listened, and happy running. The end. Hooray. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode of Finish Lines and Milestones from Sandy Boy Productions, please go share, rate, review, message me on Instagram. Let me know what you thought. I'm Allie, ALLY, T Brett, BRETT. That's Allie T Brett _runs. I would love to hear from you and get some feedback, especially if you're new here. I hope you loved the show, and I really hope that I get to see you again next week. Bye.